What's so funny about an anime where a bunch of monkey people travel the world in search of magical balls? The reason escapes me somehow. Anyways, last time we brought you 5 of Dragon Ball's most hysterical moments, and now we're bringing you 5 more. Because believe it or not, there'll always be more to the series than guys screaming and punching each other. So without further ado, let's dive into another group of 5 funny things that happen on Goku's journey. Number 5. Frieza's personal hell. They say that one man's trash is another man's treasure, and that's definitely the case when it comes to the afterlife. After getting finished off for good by future Trunks in the lead up to the Android Saga, Frieza, being one of the most black-hearted individuals there is, would certainly not be overlooked when it came to eternal domination. By the time we are finally seeing him in the Resurrection F years later, he is well and truly having the worst time ever in Earth's hell. Although the hell in question is a beautiful flowery meadow field with all sorts of adorable little creatures who dance for Frieza internally. Sounds fun, right? Well, not for Frieza though. He's suspended from the tree, trapped inside a cocoon, unable to sleep and unable to make anything stop. At least Sorbet ended up reviving him with the Dragon Balls. If it weren't for all his genociding, you might feel sorry for the guy. But seriously speaking, there's something just so brilliant about a galactic despot's deepest darkest fear being stuck in a preschool kids show for the rest of time. Some people would look at Earth's hell and think to themselves, hey, I wouldn't mind being stuck down here. Number 4. The first ever wish. Dragon Ball isn't shy when it comes to fake out endings, especially when it comes to Shenron's absolute judgment. And the most infamous example of all of this was the very first instance, all the way back in Emperor Pilaf's saga. At the climax of the story, when the Emperor himself was on the verge of using the magical groups of 7 orbs to make his wildest wishes come true. Who would have thought that a pig on a mine in a gutter would have come along to save the day? That's right, Oolong interrupted the ultimate wish, overriding with a request for a pair of panties, causing Shenron to disperse again. Kinda icky, but in the grand scheme of things, good on Oolong for saving the world. As far as Dragon Wishes goes, this was the first of the oddball requests, and it sure as heck would not be the last. From Frieza's new wish to become 5 inches taller to Bulma's new gains as of a superhero, Oolong's shadow-spirited wishes lived on in the hearts of the rest of the cast. Number 3. King Kai's terrible luck. It's curious, despite being unbelievably important in Goku's growth throughout much of Z, poor King Kai himself has often received the short end of the stick. It sort of became a running joke by the time Super rolled around, starting out by having to bear the recently deceased Goku antics after the Snake Road, and then with him and his entire planet getting destroyed alongside Cell's self-destruction. The guy can't catch a break, always cleaning up after Goku's messes. To make matters worse, it's really hard for him to even think about getting revived by the Earth's Dragon Balls, with it along coming to a head in Super as the bias for the wishes becomes ever more material and shallow. Sorry King Kai, here's hoping you'll get your break sooner than rather later. Number 2. The baseball episode. Would Super even be a fully pledged anime if it didn't have a good old baseball episode? Whether you loved it or hated, this episode was a quirky little break to cool down from all the chaos that was Goku Black's rampage. The premise of the episode itself is pretty simple. It was like the Universe 6 saga, except the disagreement between Beerus and Champa was solved by hitting the diamond instead of a big martial arts tournament with champions of both universes coming together in a completely new and strange competition. So strange in fact that it's one of the few times Yamcha has managed to claim superiority over the rest of the Dragon team. The episode itself has absolutely no shortage of moments. From the overall premise to the struggles that Goku and Vegeta have to tone down their power for the game, to the actual baseball becoming the 3rd ever user of Super Saiyan Blue, to that one pose Yamcha finds himself after winning in clutch. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's a fact. Dragon Ball's obligatory baseball episode proves that filler doesn't necessarily mean bad, yet again. Oh, and speaking of the baseball episode, the most hysterical moment in Dragon Ball is... Can I get a drum roll, please? None other than the one and only Yamcha. Not one particular scene starring Yamcha, just Yamcha in general. When you're in a teen, there's always inevitably going to be the weakest link. Yamcha fixed that role perfectly, and he reached God tier and family because of it. He's the definition of the short end of the stick, always seeming to get the worst whatever the plot has to throw at him. And do I even need to talk about his fight with Nappa? Yamcha's misfortune has transcended anime itself, finding its way into games amongst other things. And even from the meta perspective, his near entanglement with Bulma before Trunks showing up on the scene could have meant that he'd become the ultimate key to the Dragon Ball's future. Not Goku or Vegeta, but Yamcha. And that is indefinitely more funny than any future the androids or Zamasu could have created. Oh, Yamcha. You're an unlucky little man, but you'll always be a part of the Dragon Team. And that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like more videos like these, please subscribe and like the video and hit the notification bell to not miss anything like this. I'm your host, Vro. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.